Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Loretta Stanley and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you the basics of the chart wheel and the degrees because I know that can be really confusing. When I send out charts, the first two chart wheels are the most important, especially that second chart wheel. But we're going to go over this first chart wheel first because it's incredibly basic. The second one is a little bit more detailed, but that is the meat. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, if you can get down the second chart wheel and you can grasp those degrees, you're going to be so much better at learning your astrology than you ever dreamed. It's a lot easier than you think. Okay, so here we go. Every single chart has 12 houses. Okay, every single chart has 12 houses, and I've marked them all right here in green. All right, they're always in this order. They're always in the same place. They never change. They always begin with the first house here and the 12th house there, always and forever. Okay, every single sign has 30 degrees. Not every house, these are houses, okay? But every single sign, sun sign, zodiac sign, astrological sign, same thing. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, they all have 30 degrees, every single one of them, okay? I'm going to be using Princess Diana of Wales chart because she's incredibly famous. All of her stuff is already out there. And famous people are really, that's who we really want to study when we're learning astrology because we have something we already know that we can compare it to. So that makes it easier to learn. You don't want to be studying somebody you don't know. And all too often, that's what people do. We start studying the boyfriend, we start studying the girlfriend. But if you really want to learn astrology, learn the chart of someone that is incredibly famous because you can really see these things occurring. Okay, so Princess Diana of Wales chart, houses 1 through 12. Let's go through the signs. Okay, learning the signs. There are links on my website. I have an incredibly huge amount of astrological information on my website, drstanley.com, and it'll keep you busy for weeks. So if you want to learn more about those signs, but here we go. Here's Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Now you might be saying, well, why does she have two Sagittariuses in her chart? Why does she have two Geminis in her chart? Well, that's because Princess Diana's Aquarius and Leo in her chart, all 30 degrees of her Aquarius and Leo happens to fall between two house cusps. That is right here. Here's her Aquarius energy. See those little squiggly lines? That's Aquarius. And here's her Leo energy. See that glyph there? That's the Leo head with the Leo mane. Okay, so all of her Aquarius and Leo energy fell in between the cracks, fell in between two house cusps. So that's why Aquarius and Leo for her don't rule a house cusp. It looks like it jumps from Capricorn to Pisces and from Cancer to Virgo. Her Leo's in between and her Aquarius is in between. And since these two signs don't rule a house cusp, that means two other signs have to step up and take over because one sign is missing from the house cusp. So that would be Gemini and Sagittarius that took over for that extra house. Okay, so she's got doubled up energy of Gemini and doubled up energy of Sagittarius. The other thing unique about the basic chart wheel, the chart, is that it's always equal and opposite. So here's Sagittarius on her first house cusp. Here's Gemini, the opposite sign, on her 7th house cusp. Here's Capricorn on her second. The opposite house is Cancer. Cancer and Capricorn are opposite. Sagittarius and Gemini are opposite. Pisces and Virgo are opposite. Aries and Libra are opposite. Taurus and Scorpio are opposite. The other thing is, if you notice, here's 18 degrees 24 minutes. On the other side of the chart wheel in the opposite sign is 1824. It has to be equal and opposite. If you notice, 29 degrees Capricorn 48 minutes, The opposite sign, 29:48. Same with Pisces, 18:21. Opposite sign, Virgo, 18:21. Aries, 23:03. Libra, 23:03. Taurus, 16:03. Scorpio, 23:03. Gemini, 3:17. Sagittarius, 3:17. Folks, pull out your charts and blow the dust off of them. I'm telling you, your chart wheel is just like this. It is equal and opposite. Whatever, it's like algebra. Whatever is on one side of the equation is on the other side of the equation. It has to balance itself out. Okay? So you're always going to see the opposite houses in the same degree and same minute on the house cusp. All right? So now, oh, here's one other thing. Here's the rising sign. If you look at your chart wheel as a clock, this is 12, 3, 6, 9, or 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whenever I'm on the phone with someone, I'll always say, take a look at your chart, and I want you to look at 9 o'clock. So they'll look right over here, and I go, tell me what you see. They say, well, I see 18 with a little circle and a little red arrow with a line through it, 24 with a little slash mark. I'm like, okay, that reads 18 degrees, Sagittarius, 24 minutes. That's the glyph for Sagittarius. And you see this little arrow, roll your eyeballs to the right, and you see an arrow there. That is pointing to the rising sign, which is also called the ascending sign. Ascending, rising, same thing. And this is the horizon line. So coming over the horizon at the exact minute that she was born was the constellation Sagittarius. This arrow here, right here, points to the midheaven, which is the highest point of the chart. Okay, so now let's take this a little bit further. Oh, one other thing before we skip to Malou to the second chart wheel. See right here where she's got 18 degrees Virgo, 21 minutes. And we see 1 degree Virgo for her Mars in Virgo at 1 degree. And then see the line here for the house, for the 9th house. And then she's got Pluto in Virgo at 6 degrees. It's not really in her 9th house, folks. This house is just so cram-packed with this style of chart wheel, because you notice that all of the houses are proportionate. Well, this Pluto in Virgo just kind of fell over into that because there's no room here. The program, there's no room to stick that in there. So it just falls over here because if the chart is read counterclockwise, then that means the first 17 degrees of Virgo have to be here, and then 19 through 30 have to be here. So 6 can't possibly come after 18. It comes before. So 1, 6, and then 18. I'm going to show you on the next chart wheel, and you'll get it. I promise you, you'll get this. And if not, then pick up the phone and call me, okay? My phone number is on my website. Actually, my phone number is right here at the top of this chart wheel. Right here. See that? 314-420-5099. I answer my own phone. If I don't answer, I'll call you back, okay? Okay, so here we go. Look at all this Sagittarius. Oh, what is all that? Oh, it looks busy. Okay, so look in the perimeter. Now, if you notice, I took the green out of the middle of the chart wheel, okay? But the houses are still the same. Everything is the same. I marked it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's still marked. That green area is just gone. All these lines in the middle, everything is the same. None of that has changed. All this planet and a sign, all of that's the same. Her first house cusp, 1824, Sagittarius, is the same. Her 7th, 1824, the same, Gemini. Remember, 1821 Pisces, 1821 Virgo. The thing is about this particular chart wheel, the houses are disproportionate. It's disproportionate in order to cram pack all of these planets into the 8th house and into the 2nd house. And we got to get all these degrees to fit in, because if you notice, just put your eyeballs on the outside of the chart wheel, this little sidewalk here, and you're going to notice that all 12 sun signs are represented. None of them repeat. See that? And if you notice, there are 30 little notches for each sun sign. And every 10, there's a longer notch. Get your face up really close to the screen. Get up there and look at that. You're going to see every 10 degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, longer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 20, 30. There are 30 degrees for each sun sign. We read it counterclockwise. Okay? So here's what's really unique about Princess Diana's chart. She actually has Sagittarius and Gemini covering 3 houses. It rules 2 house cusps, but it's actually covering 3. If you notice, here's her 12th house. She doesn't have any planets in her 12th house. She doesn't have any planets in her 11th house. But what she does have is she's got 2 degrees of Sagittarius in her 11th house. Look at this. If you notice, it's like a really tight little, look at this. See that little tiny, tiny dot right there on the inside here? That marks 3. That marks 3 degrees. And you'll notice that the first 2 degrees of Sagittarius are in her 11th house. And then at 3 is where it takes over for Sagittarius in her 12th. And then there's another little tiny, see that? See that little tiny dot right there? That marks 18 because 19, 20. And then 21, 22, 23, 25, 30. Okay? So the next 10 degrees are actually 12 degrees are in her first house. So first 2 degrees in her 11th, all, let's see, from 3 to 18 is in her 12th house. And then from 18 to 30 is in her first house. The same thing happens over here with Gemini. She's got 2 degrees in her 5th house. And then all of her 6th house is Gemini. And then from 18 to 30, she's got Gemini in her 7th. And you can see here where Cancer takes over in her 7th and rolls over just a tiny bit, 1 degree into her 8th house, and then Leo takes over. So that's why Leo doesn't rule a house cusp here. It missed it by like 1 degree, like a half a degree. Actually, more than a half, or less than a half a degree, because it's 29 degrees, 48 minutes, and 12 minutes, she would have had Leo right here. So Leo falls between the cracks, Virgo takes over. So this is how we have these signs overlapping. So if you know right now that Pluto is at 3 degrees and the sun in Virgo is at 4 degrees, then all you have to do is look at your chart where Virgo is and see you've got, if this were your chart, that Mars in Virgo is at 1 degree and Pluto in Virgo is at 6 degrees. So if there's a planet in Virgo at 3 and 4 degrees, it's going to be right in between here. Now, you kind of have to use your imagination here because these planets, these glyphs are so big right here that this 1 degree Mars is supposed to line up with that 1 degree here. And this 6 degree Virgo is supposed to line up at that 6 degree mark there. But, these are just, they're wide. They're taking up several degrees just so that they can be printed on this piece of paper. Okay. So again, if you know that Uranus in Aries is at this degree or Saturn in Scorpio is at that degree, then all you have to do is look for your Scorpio house. Starting counterclockwise. So it's going to start back here and start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 28 degrees Scorpio. And you'll say, okay, well, that's where Scorpio is transiting my chart, flying over like an airplane. So there you have it, folks. I'm going to keep going over these every so often. I'm going to get further into these interceptions, how these signs fall between the cracks. But I wanted you to see some of these basics so that you know when you read the daily horoscopes and at the very, very bottom below the horoscope, you see that big blue box on my horoscope pages where I have every single sign and planet with the degrees. You can also go download the daily chart wheel for the date. So for August 28th, for today's date, August 28th, 2015, you're going to see on that chart wheel that I think I marked that one for 6:18 a.m. where the moon will be opposing Venus. I only post one chart wheel a day just because, it's just a lot to post every single aspect. Some days there's 4 aspects. Like on Saturday, there's going to be a full moon. There's going to be 4 aspects to the moon. It's just a lot of printing off charts and putting them on there. And, so if we do this every day, you're going to get this stuff, folks. So you just hang with me. I'm going to take care of you. And we're going to have fun with this, okay? Now, get yourself out there. Go play yourself up and practice being you.